welcome back to the Legend of Heroes Trails to Azure, where we want to do another exploration. And in fact, I've already done this once before, but then I had hardware issues, namely the hard drive I keep my recordings on broke down. So here we go again. Yeah. I'll be on standby for the day. Someone, meaning me, has to keep in touch with the 1st Division and finish prepping for tomorrow's trade conference. Just focus on your own work. I'll contact you if anything pops up. Any decorations we have? No. What's wrong, Kia? You're spacing out. It's nothing. Good luck at work today, everyone. Huh? Good, I think we already fed the cat. Let's start in the West Street. Why is everyone so worked up over a building? They're acting like children, oohing and ahhing all over the place. I mean, sure, it is kind of impressive, but flipping for fashion magazines is way more fun than looking at some big tower, not to mention educational. She's really comparing apples to oranges here. Flip, flip, flip. Wow, the model in this picture is so pretty. Why can't I have a waist like hers? Yeah. I've been in the wholesale business in Crossbell for about 3 years now. And thanks to its upcoming unveiling ceremony, the department store put in an enormous order with us. I always knew Crossbell was the right place to play my trade. I'm raking the mirror, baby! Hi, Auntie Latia. You went to say hello to Cecile yesterday. Oh, did you now? I bet she was just thrilled to see you again, am I right? Yeah, definitely. Looks like she was doing well. I'll admit she had me taken aback. It's not often I meet such a lovely young lady. Definitely. Cecile is so caring and loving. It's no wonder she became a top-notch nurse. Hell yeah, she's exactly my type too. Wouldn't mind playing doctor with her, if you know what I mean. Have you no shame, Wendy? That's her mother you're speaking to. Keep this up and you'll be back at the hospital sooner than you think. Cecile always was quite a popular one. I hope you all continue getting along with her. The wife's all up in a huff. Refuses so much as speak a word. All it was invite her to watch the unveiling ceremony together, but she gave me the silent treatment instead. It would have been the perfect pair too. Fine wine and fireworks. All these years and she still doesn't know taste, and it's right in front of her. Sure, it costs a pretty mirror, but the wine's already bought, woman. What does she want me to do? Take it back for a refund? Well, two can play this game. If silence is what she wants, silence is what she gets. I took more photos of Orchis Tower than I could count once the unveiling ceremony ended. I have to say, that thing is one incredible feat of architecture, all 40 stories of it. Man oh man, I can't wait to develop these photos. No, just his wife is incredibly frugal, so she hates wasting money and he just loves spending money. And it's driving her bonkers. And he just doesn't understand what's the big issue. He has the money. My husband's bought a bottle of wine. Vintage wine without telling me. And it didn't come cheap, as you can guess. This is after he tried to blow our savings on a garage for his 4-wheeled money pit. It just never ends with Captain Spendthrift. My husband was invited to attend the unveiling of Orchis Tower as one of its designers. He should be basking in the glory of a job well done right now. Emphasis on should. Yeah, workaholic. Probably already thinking about the next 3 projects or something. Did you guys hear? Archon is coming out with a new updated performance of Golden Sun Silver Moon. Oh, I'm so hyped. I'm gonna get my hands on some tickets stat. No way I'm gonna let myself miss that. I gotta get my hands on some tickets. Hello, you two. Oh, this is my favorite little guy. Hey. Ouch, she's not too rough, Ilya. What are you doing? Well, all those fancy foreign dignitaries are coming to our theater tonight, and Salia is helping out with a minor role in tonight's performance. That means I've gotta get her all good and limbered up with a nice deep massage, like so. Ouch! So I see. Is she going to be alright? I thought a massage can do more harm than good if a person giving it doesn't have a lot of experience. Oh, I have plenty of experience, my friends. I had a professional masseuse show me the ropes, and from what I was told, I mastered every last bit of it. As a matter of fact, I do this all the time with Risha when we're stretching during practice. I see. Sounds like you don't shy away from diversifying your skill set if it helps improve your productions. That's a professional for you. I'd help her diversify her skill set any day of the week. Ah, it's too much! Too much! Are you sure you're doing this right, Ilya? Oh, don't be so dramatic. You know I'd never put the show in jeopardy. It only hurts so much because those pre-performance jitters have your body stiff as a board. So don't you worry your pretty little head. You might even learn to like it. Could you sound any more shady? Hush now, you. Let's see you try to backtalk me again after a bit of this. Ah! Where do you think you're touching? Don't worry so much. This massage is just as effective as any other. You're full of crap. Tickets. Well, look who's starting to fill out. Someone's got a bright future in store after all. What are you even talking about? There's so much wrong with the scene that I don't even know where to begin. I think that would depend on who you're asking. Well, at least it looks like Sully has made a home for herself in Archon. Don't just stand there, you're calling yourselves police officers? No, now, you won't get off that easily. Are we done yet, Ilya? I think I'm loosened up enough now. Nope, you're still a little tense. We're not stopping until you completely unwind. So just sit back, relax, and let my hands work their magic. How much longer is this going to take? I can give you the rest of the boys a rub down too, if you want, little guy. Personally though, I'd rather work with my fellow girls first, for comfort's sake, of course. Whose comfort exactly? I think I have to pass. If she's already this bad while sober, I'm screwed. We have a performance tonight, that means I need to get Sully here nice and limbered up. Better safe than sorry, no? One of my special ladies massages to do just the trick. Why the heck is she like this? They say Prince Albert from Euphoria is St. Ursula's most generous sponsor. Supposedly Speaker McDowell has had a friendly relationship with the Grand Prince for a long time now. Hey, thanks for coming! I've just birthed an experimental new brat. Here, have some on the house. Wow, I can actually feel the cream weighing it down. Thanks, Oscar. I got a letter from someone gushing about being my fan the other day. Weird, it's not like I'm a performer at Arc-en-Ciel or something. You think they sent it to the wrong person? Maybe I should just give it back if I get another one? I don't know if that's the right call. But why not, man? I just don't get this. You know what else? Bennett scrunched her face up all weird when she saw the letter. She even asked what was inside. Why was sudden interest in my mail? Oscar got this weird letter yesterday. You don't think it could have been a love letter, right? Just because he's maybe better at baking than me, he thinks he's some sort of Casanova or something? Who in ideas has Green Earth sent Oscar a love letter? Not that I care or anything, I'm just surprised anyone would even like a jerk like him, it's all. You're getting a bit too much into your own head right now. Bye-bye, Shiruru came home the other day. I wish she would have let me know she was going to be back in town. We could have caught up over a nice cup of tea by now. Also gets a batch of fan letters in the mail every once in a while. It's been happening ever since he was featured in the Crossbell times. But hey, as long as I come by to buy our products, it's no crust of my bread. As far as I'm concerned, Oscar's new fan base is just another set of customers. Like any customers, we gotta keep them happy. We'll have to keep an eye out for Bennett though. Make sure our dough doesn't get even more sour than it already is over this. Welcome, welcome. Mom with her friends is out to watch today's unveiling ceremony. I'll just have to ask her how it was when she returns. The Orchis Tower unveiling ceremony was today, right? I would have been there, front and center, if I didn't have a shop to tend to. What can I say? Limousines, airships, and trains filing in to see our new shiny tower. It speaks to the little kid in us all. A skyscraper like Orchis Tower speaks to the little kid in us all. And then there's the limousines, airships, and trains that came just to see it. No matter how old I get, my heart still jumps at the mere thought of these kinds of things. Our latest client's consultation fee seems awfully small. Mr. Wimmert must be handing out discounts nilly-willy again. He needs to be firm of his prices. Giving in just like this is a bad look for a lawyer. God grief, he's going to make himself look like a pushover. Crossbell is going to be host to several international leaders for these few days. As a result, security has been bolstered even though the conference has only just begun. Trouble almost always wears its ugly head in times like these, so remember to watch out for each other. The security in Crossbell City has been bolstered even further due to visiting dignitaries. Anri and his little friends went to check out Orchis Tower. I don't know where these kids get the energy. I'd feel totally wiped out battling those crowds. We could see the unveiling of Orchis Tower perfectly well from the residential district. Growing up, I never dared dream that anyone would construct a building so tall. They say the old city hall looks comparatively ill-equipped when it comes to state facilities too. It's safe to say that this unveiling ceremony will go down as a historical moment for all of Crossbell. All those dignitaries are seeing a show at Arc-en-Ciel tonight. They're throwing a dinner party at the guest house in Michelin after too. Sounds like a hell of a time. I'd love to go to a shindig like that someday. Come along now, Colin. Do you remember what we need to buy today? Carrots, potatoes, onions, and oh, curry rouge. Very good. Now, let's be off. The two of us are about to go shopping. Just look at how excited Colin is. I'm helping Mama make dinner today. Papa's gonna be so surprised when he comes back from work. And the little assholes are also home. Come to think of it, I haven't seen the pizza delivery man in the neighborhood recently. He used to zip back and forth through here all the time earlier this year. No doubt thanks to Jonah. They lost a valuable customer when he left for the Man State. Maybe someone had to give up the love of pizza. I went into our next door neighbors this morning. To my surprise, they invited me to join them on their drive. Naturally, I refused. They're rather presumptuous, aren't they? When Speaker Hartman was in the Diet, keeping the Imperial and Republican factions in check was no small task for Master Henry. But now, thanks to the support of a new mayor, I'm happy to say that he's finally able to stand on equal footing with them. That can only be an improvement. I believe Mayor Croy's taking office has benefited us all. With any luck, he and Master Henry will make a great showing during the trade conference's main session tomorrow. That was hilarious. All we did was hassle it a bit and it scampered away. Who said bullying the week wasn't fun? We deserved standing ovation for that one. Hell, I was actually starting to feel kinda bad for the little thing. That fleabag only got itself to blame for storming our castle uninvited. I'd say it got what it deserved. So, they scared an animal. And we have a quest about a missing cat that used to live here. I was able to see how the unveiling ceremony was going, even from all the way up here. Watching them reveal Orchis Tower in all its splendor for the first time was almost overwhelming. To think the labors of man could create such an incredible structure, I just can't hold back my amazement. I wish I could have gone to the unveiling thing with Kia. Chances like this are once in a lifetime. Wait, never mind, you didn't hear that? Orchis Tower is humongous. Looking at it made me feel like an ant. Pardon me, Sister Juju. I'll be teaching Sunday school in Mainz tomorrow, and I wanted to ask about a troubling story I heard. Apparently, some sort of bizarre incident occurred along the mountain path earlier this year. Now that you mention it, I do recall something strange happening in the area. I believe there were eyewitness reports of spectral monsters appearing in the old ruins near the village. Is there anything more you can tell me? I suppose so, though I don't know all the details myself. There was teaching class in Mainz with Sister Tina when suddenly things took a turn for the worse. The father of one of the girls, her name was Kimmy by the way, came marching right in. You see, he was worried that... This wasn't what I had in mind. Oh, hello, Nielsen. Well, this is a pleasant surprise, Nielsen. That's a mighty fine liquor you brought. A bit on the pricey side, though, huh? Oh, that's quite alright. It was given to me as a gift to begin with. I would be more than happy to share it with you. Oh, in that case, what do you say we get to the bottom of this bad boy? Very well. It's been far too long since we last enjoyed a drink together. I didn't realize Nielsen was back in town. We're gonna have a lot of work catching up to do tonight. I don't mind keeping anyone company, so long as they can put up with my trivial ramblings. In any case, it's good to know that Quint is still doing well. Oh, hello everyone. I wasn't expecting to see you here. Excuse us, we didn't mean to interrupt you while you were paying your respects. Noel told us about this grave just recently. Yeah, it belongs to the father friend I lost around 10 years ago. You always know this sort of thing is possible, having a family member in active service. But nothing could have prepared us. It was a long time ago though, nothing worth crying over now. I suppose you could consider it a reminder to value your lives today. Never forget the people who would mourn you if you left them behind. Don't worry, Mom, we won't. Orchis Tower is supposed to signify a new era for Crossbell. If my husband were here today, I'm sure we would have attended the unveiling ceremony together. I got a chance to see Orchis Tower's unveiling earlier. Had to really crick my neck back to take it all in. Just think what it would be like to pray on top of it, baby. No way the goddess wouldn't hear you from up there. Maybe I should give it a climb one day. Even I feel apprehensive about how this trade conference will turn out. The dignitaries from each nation are highly intelligent, exceedingly motivated individuals. I may be a priest, but I'm a Crossbellan too. Their decisions will affect me just the same as anyone else. I understand the Sister Reese asked to be entrusted with tomorrow's trip to mines in your stead, is that right? Yes, she told me she has a wealth of experience teaching Sunday school. Pardon me, Archbishop, but is something wrong? Should I be concerned about Sister Reese? You've asked about her rather frequently since her arrival. No, it's nothing so dire. I'm merely concerned over the girl's work habits. Report to me right away if you learn of any further developments of her. Yes, Archbishop. Sister Reese wishes to go on a mission to mines. While it does concern me somewhat, I will not forbid it. Archbishop Orell has been unusually preoccupied with Sister Reese since her arrival. Could there be something he knows about her that the rest of us don't? I mean, here Sister Marble knows it as well. The unveiling ceremony was earlier today, wasn't it? Looking up at the tower from 40 floors below, I'm sure any child would think it goes straight into the heavens. The little ones are probably beside themselves with excitement right now. The unveiling ceremony took my breath away. Frankly, I'd written a 40-story building off as all but impossible. I'll have to give Mayor Croix my regards the next time he comes by to pray. He clearly has a better imagination than mine. At long last, Orchis Tower has been unveiled. The ceremony itself was quite a spectacle, wasn't it? I have high hopes for that building's place in our future. Hey there, wanna play? I hear those fancy schmancy dignitaries are going to an Archon CL performance tonight. Would be something that's run by Barker right after. Orchis Tower has made its long-awaited debut at last. Who knew that a building being unveiled could be so exciting? It sucks I couldn't get a front row seat to the unveiling, but you could see it from pretty much everywhere anyway. Crossbell really hit the jackpot with Orchis Tower though, huh? Ah, the city is something else. Gans is back at it again on the slots. Will he ever learn his lesson? It's hard to believe the odds were so stacked in his favor a few months back with how much he's bleeding now. You think maybe he's used up all his luck for the rest of his life? It seems Galati still holds a grudge over losing to Gans. There's nothing a winner it's more than a crushing defeat. Gans has come to visit our establishment today. I still remember my surprise during his incredible lucky streak some time ago. Now he's back to the drab casual gambler he was before, however. I can't speak from experience, but they say that Orchis Tower can be described with one word. Imposing. I can hardly wait to see it myself. A 40-story tall building is a sight I'm sure I won't forget. That's why you should quit when you wear headguns. Greed's not always good, you know. Damn it, I finally win some dough and already it's gone up in smoke. Everyone else may be hooting and hollering over that dang building, but they can't keep me from hitting the slots like always. I'm gonna get some pulls in while the old bag's having tea with her friends. I'm told Orchis Tower's unveiling ceremony was quite well received. I'll take a look for it myself once I have the time to spare. The unveiling ceremony went off without a hitch, but our duties have only just begun. We're going to need to be on our toes for these next several days. Boy, things were busy this morning. We started off pretty slow since none of the dignitaries passed through this district. But after the unveiling ceremony, people started pouring in like crazy. I was raking in sales by the tubful. Looks like I'm gonna be the top selling store for the 4th month in a row. You'd better get your scoops while you still can. Don't cry to me if I'm all out of stock later. I heard those dignitaries in town for the conference are seeing a private performance at Archon CL tonight. Ah, there's for justice for us little guys. I want an invite too. Then become a dignitary. Heads of state or not, most dignitaries don't know how lucky they're gonna have it tonight. They better be grateful. All the conference attendees will be visiting the theater today. We'd only be in the way, so let's visit another time. Yeah, probably for the best. This hotel had the privilege of serving many important guests long before I became manager. It's disappointing the dignitaries are staying in Michelin instead of here, but I still hope to host them someday. I've heard that every floor of Orchis Tower is wired to the Orbital network. Now that our online reservation system will be seeing more use going forward as well. Word is that dignitaries are visiting all over the state now that the unveiling ceremony is over. I'd love to see them in the flesh, but with all their security personnel, I doubt I'd even get within 2 Selge. Hello everyone, did any of you happen to attend the unveiling ceremony? They say there was even a fireworks display. It must have been quite a marvel to behold. I'm eager to see Orchis Tower in all its glory for myself, once the workday is done. Sounds like a fancy schmancy VIPs from abroad on Crossbell right now. What's a guy gonna do to get some walking publicity like them in his club? Now that would pull in some customers. That Olivier fellow was quite the character. I wanted to hire him on as the bar's live entertainment, but I suppose that's off the table. That was quite a performance that musician put on. I was dead tired from work, but it perked me right up. Good for you. Isn't Orchis Tower incredible? I stuck away from work for a bit to check out the unveiling and it just blew me away. I bet everyone who ends up working there will be just loaded with Mira. He's hoping they come down to our club and become my new regulars. My first division is keeping Crimson & Co. under surveillance right now. Let's leave them to their jobs and focus on ours instead. Click clack, click clack. Well, isn't this interesting? People on the OrbitNet just can't stop chittering and chattering about Orchis Tower. I can't wait to see how many tourists it's going to bring to town. A little economic boost is never a bad thing. I should try to get my hands on a piece of real estate with an excellent view of a tower while I still can. It took me some courage to make Satiro wait tables, but it honestly worked out better than I expected. He's been showing basic decency to our female customers, even the ones he fancies most, so I think he'll be fine. Now, if we could teach him not to just cook like a chef, but think and act like one too. That might be asking too much of him though. Satiro's always coming up with wild ideas in the kitchen. Unfortunately, it often results in him adding surprise ingredients to the dishes. If he's not going to do things by the book, I'll need to think outside the box. Why so many people bothered going out for the unveiling ceremonies beyond me? They wouldn't get to see it up close anyway. I'd much rather wait for the Crossbell times to cover it, so I can catch up on things the tasteful way, with a nice cup of coffee. Welcome. Are you dining in with us today? Feel free to sit at any open table. We're not too busy, so I could even hook you up with some reserved seating on the second floor if you like. Just let me know when you're ready to order. Huh, never would have thought that being a waiter could be this much fun. Nothing puts a pep in my step like the smiles of customers, especially the female variety. Alrighty, time to order me some nice fresh fish. Actually, wait a minute. Look at this daily special they've got. Have I ever mentioned how indecisive you are? Weren't they trying to order yesterday already? I vaguely remember a similar dialogue there, where she mentioned that she was hungry and he couldn't get to the site so they could order. It's just one expensive dish after another. But hey, what's the vacations for, right? Let's not sweat the expenses. This is bliss. Eating is always the best part of traveling, hands down. Alright, time to test Nono's bouillon. Well now, this is much better than I was expecting. I did hear that she cooks for herself at home. We're going to need to ask for her help in here more often. Nono managed to imbue this bouillon with tremendous flavor. I did hear that she cooks for herself at home. We're going to need to ask for her help in here more often. These vegetables take longer to cook, so maybe I should score them instead. Slice, slice, slice. There, that ought to do it. Aha, so this is what I mean by finely minced. The dignitaries have finally arrived in Crossbell. Thank goodness the unveiling ceremony went so smoothly. We're finally going to get to see the new City Hall building, huh? It's been 5 years since they announced the plans for its construction. Rumor had it that we were in for another year's wait at least. But just after Mayor Croix was elected, he decided to invest IBC capital into the project. Doing so allowed construction to proceed with all the ridiculous squabbling over private interests. And now it's all finished. I'd say we all owe Mayor Croix a great debt for that, wouldn't you? I had to lead the limousine carrying all the dignitaries around. Can't say I've ever felt quite that tense before. It was strange, I could practically sense the gravitas emanating out from their cars. Oh my goddess, Nali! Did you see Prince Albert's beard? Talk about dreamy. Chancellor Osborne is spicy too, but his vibe is like high-key intimidating. Whatever, so both their beard games are totally on point. I barely got a glimpse of the national leaders as they entered the city. They were all in orbital cars, so I couldn't really see them. Who else could it have been in there besides the dignitaries? Oh my gosh, I knew you were a woman of culture, Pruna. Those beards are choice. Real talk though, that beefcake soldier next to Prince Oliver was way more my type. I mean, I would pay to have a man like that carry me like a princess just once. I have to admit, I was a little nervous when I saw those limos pass through here. It was a different kind of energy compared to the anniversary festival. Oh, hi SSS! I want you to meet my mommy. She's a tour guide. Pleased to meet you all. Thank you for being so good to my daughter. I've heard many wonderful things about you from her. Oh, not at all. We couldn't possibly take that much credit. She mentioned you were a tour guide. That sounds like an excellent profession. Do you have a long day's work ahead of you? No, actually, we're given time off for the duration of a trade conference. I plan to spend all of it with my daughter. If that's the case, why you're still wearing your uniform? Oh, well... That's because I wanted her to wear it. We're about to play tour guide now. It's like a real tour, but pretend. How about that? I bet you're having a blast, aren't you, Mimi? Yeah. See you later, guys. Watch out for bad guys, okay? Over here on your right, you see the famous Bell of Crossbell. It's believed to date back to the Middle Ages over 500 years ago. Excavated in the year 1185 of the Septine calendar, it is known to this day among citizens as the symbol of the city itself. Aha, I see. Gotta take a picture of this. Snap, snap. Can't say I give two wits about the trade conference as long as they teach Erebonia and Calvert to stop messing with us. If you give them so much as a reggae, they'll be more than happy to help themselves to a few salga. The trade conference doesn't directly concern me, so I haven't been paying much attention to it. But enough about that. Take again at this appliance, isn't it adorable? It almost looks like it has a face if you think of these screws as eyes. What a charming little thing. Ah, that Wendy. It just doesn't end with her sometimes. She took one of our display cameras and rushed out the door, completely abandoning her work. The old me would have been foaming at the sight. Luckily, we didn't have many customers yet, so it wasn't too much of a hassle. I actually found it rather charming even. I suppose I can let Wendy off the hook for this. Giving a live demonstration of our cameras might even be a good way to promote their features. Ah yes, I have to remind her to show me the photos she took later as well. I saw that Wendy girl bolt out the store just after an orbital airship came roaring overhead. It took her a while to come back too. I wonder what had her so worked up. It was kind of a wide shot, but I managed to snap a killer pic of your sale. I rushed as fast as I could to get this bad boy developed. You guys gonna take a look? Oh wow, I'm kind of curious, so sure. White shot may have been a bit generous. Not to be that guy, but are you sure this is via sale? I can barely make out its silhouette if I squint real hard. What? Come on guys, look closer. That's obviously the bow, see? And this over here, that's a stern. Well, now that you're pointing out, it's tough to argue otherwise. I think we're out of our depth on this one. Wendy spent so much time tinkering that it's given her a mechanical sixth sense. What are you going on about? Who wouldn't geek out over this? A vaguely assay-shaped blur? Pretty much everybody but you? I think I'm going to blow it up and frame it on my wall. Wendy sent to the display camera that I was going to use this morning. I wanted to take pictures of Princess Claudia and Prince Albert so badly too. Me? I'm not spending a single mirror here. The only reason I keep coming back is so that I can see the cute sales girl. By the way, I snuck a peek at her name tag. Angel on High, my name is Chaco. What an adorable name. It sounds just as cute and lovable as she looks. I don't care about no unveiling ceremony. Just seeing her smile takes me higher than any dumb old tower ever could. I've got to restock on these tasty pastries while I have a chance. I'd be in a world of trouble if I went out right when my cravings strike. Right, please, snack addict. Everyone's all pumped over the unveiling ceremony, but here I am, still down in the dumps. It just reminds me of how jealous I am of Cerrone. I mean, think of how carefree she always is. How are we even related? Welcome to Legion's Foods. If you're looking for the best ingredients in town, you've come to the right place. For the next 3 days, we're selling a special trade conference combo to commemorate the event. It's a special set of the finest ingredients we could gather from Erebonia, Libel, Romafaria, Calvert, and of course, Crossbell. Buy one while you can. Did you hear, Pearl? Senior Captain Julia Schwartz is in town, all the way from Libel. Of course, Cynthia, who hasn't? I already told a friend to snap some pictures for me even. I'm worried we won't be able to get a decent shot of her through the crowd though. Pearl, you need to get those photos copied for me, please. I'll do anything. Sure, if you want them that badly. I may have underestimated just how much of a hold the Senior Captain has on people. Of course, this is the Senior Captain Schwartz we're talking about. I always knew Cynthia was a fan of Julia Schwartz, but I didn't realize she was that big of a fan. I feel like I'm getting to see a whole new side of her. I'm sorry to see that. Welcome to Time's department store. Let me know if you need any help. I'm embarrassed to admit this, but I join our customers in watching the unveiling ceremony. Orchis Tower truly is a majestic sight to behold. The way it looms above, 40 stories into the sky. Why, one could even consider it Crossbell's newest landmark. Yes, not only does it stand tall, it also is on top of a hill, right? The unveiling ceremony must have been incredible. Too bad I couldn't attend. It's unbelievable how many world leaders are in town though. You only ever hear about them in the news. I'm going to be looking forward to the next Crossbell Times for sure. That unveiling ceremony was mind-blowing, but I don't like the way it got my mom all riled up. I hope she doesn't buy something else we don't need. Mom's got this weird look in her eyes today. I hope she doesn't buy something else we don't need. The more you break in your shoes, the more they feel like an extension of your very body. A perfect pair of footwear is never as simple as it seems. The same goes for those who wear them. I didn't know our customers could be so forward, but I'm not complaining. How long has it been since I've gone to a mixer? Tonight can't come soon enough. All three of these guys coming are businessmen from the Harbor District too. This is finally my big chance. Wow, the unveiling ceremony was even more amazing than I expected. You have to hand it to Crossbell. They know how to go to town. We watched the unveiling ceremony from the roof of a store. The view up there was absolutely perfect. It's a good thing I made sure to do my research beforehand. That unveiling show was something. It had me feeling so festive that I might spend more than usual today. It's that time again. My husband just got paid and our wallet looks like it could use some trimming. I'm going to take my sweet time looking around today. You always take your sweet time. Oh ho! You really can't find a better view of a tower than from up on the roof here. I'll never forget how I felt the moment they unveiled it in all its colossal grandeur. I watched the unveiling ceremony from our rooftop. It left me speechless. Orchis Tower truly is a sight to behold. Huge crowd today, huh? It got me distracted to keep count of all the hotties I see. At least the stress of a conference hasn't affected Raymond too much. The trade conference has finally begun. As a fashionista, it's my duty to play close watch to how the dignitaries are dressed. Hey there, kids. I saw you were part of the unveiling ceremony's security detail. How did it feel seeing the dignitaries up close? As overwhelming as you'd expect. No kidding, you'd practically see an aura around each of them screaming, "Look at me, I'm a continental big shot!" Ha! Sounds like they really made an impression on you. Well, let me give you my 2 mirror worth. Obviously, it's important to recognize their presence, but it's just as crucial not to get swept up in it once you're on their playing field. Yes, I wholeheartedly agree. It's easier said than done though. Well, on the flip side, the more it's done, the easier it gets. At any rate, it looks like it was a positive experience for your team overall. I'd say you owe Sergey some thanks for pushing you onto this assignment. Bet we do. We remember to let him know. Now we know how tangible a real Big Rig's presence is. What's more, each one is different from the next. Just don't let yourself get swapped up if you ever end up facing off against one of them on the playing field. Never my wildest dream that I think I'd meet the Silent Cyan and Flaxen Prince. Can I have your autographs? Settle down, will you? You're going to scare them off. And besides, I'm the one who's gonna get their autographs first. Huh, these two are even more brawny and handsome in real life than they appear on stage. I hate to say it, but I'm starting to understand why my wife is so head over heels for them. It's them, Eugene and Theodore, in the flesh. Oh goddess, I think I'm about to faint. And here I thought the tower would overpower our alluring auras. Alas, it was a gross miscalculation on my part. My apologies, Theodore. Within the crowd and the tower, no one even noticed us in our training gear. That's what I get for listening to you. Hey Lima, look over there. Did you know Daddy and his co-workers built that building? Wow, you did? You're amazing, Daddy! Such a magnificent building. You know my husband was involved in its construction. I couldn't be proud of him. Every time I came home from a journey, the tower was a little bit closer to being finished. So this is what was hiding behind the curtain the entire time, huh? It was worth a wait. It's here. It's really here. The Imperial government's very own private orbital train, the Eisengraph. Its fiery red paint scheme and dignified detail work practically embody the prestigious might of the Empire. Sensational. It's no wonder that its name means Iron Count. I'm so glad I purchased a camera for this once-in-a-lifetime spectacle. The Imperial government's private train too lives up to its name of the Iron Count. Ah, what a fantastic day. This is what my entire life has been leading up to. Oh, the unveiling ceremony ended without incident. I feel like a weight has been lifted from my shoulders. But I can't relax quite yet. There's still plenty of work to be done. Today's packages are late, so I'm gonna be in a real hurry to deliver them once I finally get here. I figure the freight train cargo is undergoing a stricter inspection than usual. Not much I can do about that with all these Imperial bigwigs here. I watched the unveiling ceremony from the roof of a department store. Sure, she was about the size of an ant, but technically, I got to catch a glimpse of Julia Schwartz's face. This morning was something else, let me tell you. All those gorgeous limousines coming and going. These dignitaries sure know how to ride in style. Thank you for choosing Crossbell Station, but railroads will be operating under their standard schedules for the duration of the trade festival. Please make your way to the second floor if you wish to purchase tickets. Journalists from the Imperial Chronicle came by to gather information earlier this morning. It just goes to show how visible the trade conference is on the international stage. The Imperial government's private train, the Eisengraph, arrived on Platform 1 this morning. They're moving it to Platform 3 though, so since regular service is still running. You're welcome to go take a look. It's not something you often see after all. But I can't get through. That's a Plaza train coming. I'm sick and tired of waiting. Car Star Special Edition sits dazzlingly on the bench. And we get a new color. I heard there's a trade conference happening in Crossbell right now. Maybe we should go visit that Orchis Tower place? It's all anybody's been talking about. I came here from Altair, a port city on the western border of Calvert. It may just be one stop away, but it's still shocking to see how much Crossbell has changed in person. Calvert's been modernizing too, but it feels practically rural compared to Crossbell. I've heard that the Imperial Chancellor Gilly of Osborn has ties with former Speaker Hartman. And yet, some say the Chancellor himself was behind the Empire's decision to deny Hartman asylum after he defected. The second he outlived his usefulness, Osborn cut his lifeline. That's the kind of man the Blood and Iron Chancellor is. Oh, I'm sorry, could you give me just a moment, please? Attention all travelers, due to the arrival of the Eisengraph, stricter security measures will be in effect today. We ask that you please refrain from entering Platform 3 for the duration of its stay. Thank you. Sorry about that. They have me in charge of making the announcements around here. If you have any questions about the railways, I'd be happy to answer them. welcome to the ticket counter. Let me know if you'd like to make a purchase. It would be my pleasure to assist you. I want to get a better look at the man in the black suit, but he up and vanished. Wait, was he? No, couldn't have been. I must be mistaken. I was lucky enough to see the sail make a graceful landing at the airport earlier, and let me tell you, it was a sight to behold. Talk about a souvenir. That'll be a fun story to share from this trip. Peewee said Mishy's gonna be holding some kind of event today in the harbor district. Come on, Grandpa, we have to go too. I'm relieved that the unveiling ceremony ended peacefully. We're just one day into the trade conference ordeal, and it feels like we've already cleared a major hurdle. We have no reason to go in there. I just got back home from a trip abroad, but it's not exactly a happy homecoming. My stomach's been killing me for hours now. Maybe I should just head to the hospital. President Rocksmith's limousine passed by here not long ago. It was a pristine white with striking gold accents, very presidential. You probably wouldn't be able to find another car like that if you searched the entire continent. It doesn't look like Clarice is home today. She often looks after yogurt for me, so I'm deeply indebted to her. I should do something nice to show my appreciation next time. Auntie Clarice said she was going to the Cathedral today. You know, I feel like she went there on the same day last month too. Yeah, and as I said, and as I saw previously, Clarice is at the Cathedral. Bond's family's cat disappeared yesterday. I helped them look, but no luck. Just where could she have gone? Yeah, we will not deal with that this episode. And we won't talk to Bond because of that. We have unveiling of Orchis Tower as the city in a fever pitch today. I smell sales on the horizon. I don't usually go to the department store, but that might be worth checking out right now. These spinny toys are super fun. Spinny, 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 spin. War mailing, your eyes are swelling. Spinny, spinny, you are. I'm getting dizzy. You okay, mailing? I'm okay. No, you're clearly not. Handicrafts, huh? I'm actually pretty good with my hands. Maybe this could be a good fit. You think Cronky would be willing to hire me? I bet Mailing would get a kick out of it if I learned how to make pinwheels. Yeah, it's worth a shot. I'll try asking Kronk. Yeah, he was looking for a job and apparently with something he likes. Man, Orchis Tower really sticks out, huh? It gets my craftsman's blood flowing. I think I'm gonna try building a model of it. I already made a model of the old city hall back during the anniversary festival. Might as well keep a trend going. Bye-bye. I think that's Chairman Morse's grandson over there. Talk about a surprise guest. I don't see him come around with stalls too often. Using acerbic tomatoes in a dish can help at a great depth of flavor. I wouldn't recommend putting it in something light like a salad roll. Acerbic tomatoes on their own are terribly bitter. I can't say much of a fan. An ingredient like that should be left to the professionals. I heard the Liberalian Crown Princess is in town for the conference. When you think about Libel, the first things that come to mind are its famous acerbic tomatoes, right? I hear they were actually created by an ointment manufacturer called the Zeiss Central Factory. ZCF may specialize in orbal engineering, but they also gave us the gift that is the acerbic tomato. Talk about cutting edge. Not long ago, the acerbic tomato had its humble beginnings in a lab at the central factory. Yeah, that was actually a quest in Trails in the Sky, in the first Trails in the Sky game. Find someone who can figure out what to do with these tomatoes because they are not edible as is. And now that Mom is boycotting the housework, it's fallen on the man of the family to pick up the slack. Me, I'm in charge of the meals, but what should I buy? Never thought it would be so difficult to figure out what to cook, one meal after another. Man, Mom was doing this every day. I gotta hand it to her, that's impressive. Border security's gotten pretty strict, it seems. One of my buyers from Calvert was complaining about how long it takes to enter the state now. Clearly, having all these foreign dignitaries here in Crossbell is a big deal. God is willing, we make it through this conference without Hayway or the Red Constellation causing any trouble. This job is murder on my nerves. I was amazed when they finally revealed Orchis Tower. So amazed in fact that my poor niece gave out right under me. President Rocksmith's limousine passed by here not long ago. It was a pristine white. We had that before, okay. I was uncertain because he's wandering around. My husband used to be at his wits' end dealing with Roy's apathetic attitude. But that boy has been working much harder lately. Perhaps someday he'll even wind up joining the association. If he did, I'm sure my husband would be one of the first to celebrate. My grandson Roy has taken interest in working at one of our street stalls. I did used to run one myself back in the day. Perhaps in our blood. Lord Lakelow hails from a long family line of barons in the Empire. Supposedly a lot of Erebonian nobles double as business entrepreneurs. In Lord Lakelow's case, he's a professional fisherman on top of that. Amazing, isn't it? Apparently he received special education for gifted anglers ever since he was a child. What that entails, so I couldn't say. I know I'm the one who brought it up, but what would special education for gifted anglers even entail? Maybe I'd try asking Lord Lakelow sometime. How are the angler duels? If you cannot measure up to the challenges, then you are more than welcome to save yourself the trouble and surrender. Just remember that your precious fishing holes will forever be ours if you do. Hey, I've already beaten 3 of those 4. And for 4th, I'm still missing the requirement of the necessary fish. I think I needed 29 or something. Here we go, boys and girls. The West of the Maria Trade Conference is officially underway. We'll be handling all kinds of requests on top of security detail. If anything goes down, the guild will be there quicker than you can say boo. That's encouraging to know. Red Constellation and Hayer's motives have yet to be confirmed, so we can't allow ourselves to relax. Yep, with those nasty Nellies lurking around the conference, we've gotta be extra careful. Anywho, we have your department's deep dial if you learn anything important. Thanks, Mikkel. Same on your end. Arios and Ursula. Scott and Wences are somewhere. Lynn and Eolia in America. Yeah, we did the job with them. And Estelle and Joshua moved. They're no longer in Crossbell, so... Wow, East Street's bustling right now. Guess that means I lifted the traffic restriction. I better get back to work. Daddy said that Calvert has even more Easterners than Crossbell does. We moved here when I was just a little baby, so I don't remember it at all. But from what I hear, it sounds like a lively place. That must be fun, I bet. Everything about it sounds so fun and lively, I'd like to visit someday. How many times must I tell you, dear? You shouldn't make so much noise while you eat. Have some manners for once. Clack, clang, clatter, slurp. Oh no, this is delicious. Oh yeah, that reporter staying here went out to interview someone or some such, just in case you're curious. Oh, hey there, SSS. You guys here for lunch? And hey, what do you all think of the unveiling ceremony? Amazing, huh? I won't be forgetting it anytime soon. Being in the presence of the dignitaries was overwhelming, to say the least. No kidding, right? Especially that Blood and Iron Chancellor, he is the real deal. That's the first time seeing him up close and personal. That made me realize just how intimidating he really is. Oh yeah, that reminds me. There was this guy right beside the Chancellor, sort of looked like a secretary. Wasn't he that Lecter kid you were hunting down a while back? One I mentioned seeing here? Well, cat got your tongue. Hey, I get it. But you know, that actually reminds me of something else. Oh? What would that be? Last year, around springtime, the Blood and Iron Chancellor and former Speaker Hartmann had a little informal meeting behind closed doors. But you guys already know all about it, don't you? Pretty much, yeah. It's common knowledge within certain intelligence standards. Sure, but that wasn't the case at the time. Neither the Crossbell nor Ebonian media reported on it. Naturally, the CPT didn't manage to get their mitts on that info at all. What's more, despite being so important, he hardly had any guards assigned to him. It's almost as if he casually dropped in for a quick stroll on a Crossbell. I guess that's how they managed to keep the whole thing on the lowdown. Sounds scandalous. Yeah, if I didn't know any better, I'd call it a load of bull. Exactly, and what really ticked me off is that all of it happened right under my nose. You can bet I looked into it after the fact, gathering dirt from every nook and cranny. Doing so led me a list of possible suspects involved in setting up that secret rendezvous. One of them stands out in particular now, a young man named Lecter. We do already know he was with the Chancellor during that meeting. Yes, though I'm surprised to learn that he's responsible for arranging it. His diplomatic skills are out of his world. Right? A mere secretary wouldn't be able to pull off something like that. That is, unless he's also a member of the Imperial Army's famed intelligence division, right? Yeah, what if? Leave it to Grace to figure all that out on her own. Man, I sure hope she never goes digging into my love life. Looks like I hit the bullseye. Still, I can't believe that bozo I met with you guys was that Lecter. Anyway, you guys probably have loads of work to do, so I won't keep you any longer. Now I know there's a lot more to that Lecter fellow than meets the eye. You guys better watch yourselves around him. We know. We be careful. It was nice speaking with you, Grace. Once we finish showing down here, I'll be hitting the old dusty trail for some conference coverage. Security around the dignitaries is bound to be tight, but I may be able to sneak a peek while they're on the move. We'll be going around interviewing citizens on the street this afternoon, and if we're lucky, I'll manage to nab some photos of the dignitaries while we're at it. Rose is always trying to make things fit a mold, you know? Shove every idea into a box. But sometimes you gotta think outside of it. Why not evolve our plan to start a business together into opening a restaurant together? Rumor has it that Master used to run a shop in one of the seedier parts of the Eastern Quarter. We first met in Crossbell, but he never talks about his past. He's the most mysterious guy I know. There was a horrible ruckus outside this morning. They say it was Culvert's president driving through the district. But I don't care if it was the Pope himself. I won't stand for anyone ruining the peace and quiet of this neighborhood. I like my establishment to be quiet and peaceful. Calvadian present or no, I won't stand for anyone causing a ruckus. Puck said it'd be cool if we open our own restaurant someday. We don't have a kind of mirror for something like that. Besides, is he forgetting about our original goal? That goal was to save money and eventually open a shop together. Now he wants us to do a restaurant? Not sure how I feel about that. And that's what he says. Why not keep your options open? You don't have the money for either, right? That man in the white coat just now must have been a musician of sorts. My ears aren't what they used to be, but that little melody he played was really quite pleasant. Olivier, yeah. Yeah, Mikko moved out into the... Everyone in the city has been jawing on and on about the big unveiling ceremony. I know the new city hall is a symbol of Crossbell's booming economy, and that's great and all, but I wish I wouldn't forget about us regular folk living down here in its shadow. Anyhow, Gable seems to be in a real sour mood. I suppose I will invite him over and listen to him gripe and grumble for a spell. 12 of us visiting dignitaries. You'd think there's a festival going on the way everyone's all keyed up about it. They're not here. My old man's out of booze and mirror. About time too. Guess Vance that'll have to find a way to make some mirror. The door is firmly shut. A voice can be heard inside.
Huh? No mirror left. Guess that leaves me no choice. Time to roll up my sleeves and get myself a job. But for now...
And he didn't sound drunk for once. Usually at that drunk mumbling. So that's what Walt's been up to, huh? Yeah, he was staring over to some shop looking totally trashed for everyone to see. He walked out with a ton of booze, probably back at his place getting wasted right now. Real talk, it was rough seeing Walt like that. I mean, sure, he used to have some drinks for fun, but he's completely lost himself. Yeah, I don't like it any more than you do. Things aren't going to turn out well if we let him walk around in public while he's completely hammered. You gotta keep an eye out for the guy and help him through this. Yeah, we're on it. That's what Walt's been up to? Dude's trying to drown away his sorrows. I'm worried for his health if he's really drinking as much as they say. Listen up, anything happens, you tell me or Luganov, got it? Yeah. For sure. That wailing nutcase back there really cramped our style. You're getting off so easy next time, remember it, Vazzy? The world's got its fair share of freaks, huh? Wait, weren't Huey and me fighting about something? Meh, guess it doesn't matter. Only thing I should be thinking over right now is what to do about Walt. Walt, where are you at, bro? Don't leave us in the dust! We'll shell out for all the drinks you want if you just come back to us! Cause without you, man, every party's a bust! There's supposed to be a bunch of reporters and important people from other countries coming to the city today. But someone said they wouldn't bother coming down our street. I wonder why. Sweep sweep. I'm going to be more thorough anyway, just in case. I was like a peek at Orchis Tower earlier, and well, can't really say I'm a fan. Obviously, as an engineer, I've got an interest in the latest tech and such, but with this, I'm not big on the spectacle of it all. Feels too much like a pissing contest if you excuse the language. Orchis Tower is something else, and I don't mean that in a good way. Obviously, as an engineer, I've got an interest in the latest tech and such, but the place just ain't for me, is all I can say. It sounded like there was a lot of commotion outside. Was it that customer we just had? Actually, don't answer. I'm probably better off minding my own business. That blonde guy took off. Just like that. It almost feels like a tornado swept through here. Me and my customer never got to finish that game. But honestly, it was already over for me. I guess there's always gonna be someone out there who's better than you. Man, that blonde guy earlier was such a weirdo. I feel like I'm going to be talking about him for days. Thinking about something, Abbas? Ah, Vazi. Yes, I was ruminating over what a diverse set of people there are in this world. It does take all kinds, as they say. That goes for the two of us as well. Ha, indeed it does. Abba's shoulders open up around Vazi. I suppose it's a sign of just how close they are. I can't believe he had to leave all of a sudden. I should have asked what hotel he was staying at. He was pretty dashing, I'll admit. Don't you think he was a little weird too, though? So what? Maybe I like him weird? That's part of what made him so charming. I guess? Sure, he was handsome and good at billiards, a singer and a musician, but for some reason he just didn't really do it for me, you know? Can't believe he got to leave all of a sudden. That blondie had a real spring in his step even after he fell off a roof. Maybe I should have kicked him harder. Some rowdy jackass got on the roof of my shop earlier. I was thinking about shooting him down with an explosive round. Wouldn't have wanted to damage the roof though, so I let Jingo take care of it. You can't be serious. We'd never overlook gunfire in the middle of a city, Ashley. Get on my case, Flatfoot. There's no crime in saying I thought about it. Still, there was something off about that blondie. I feel like I've seen that face somewhere before. Meh, must be my imagination. Darn, I could have spotted the dignitaries up close if I'd been stationed at Orchis Tower. All I got to see this morning were a few limos, and even then, the windows were tinted for crying out loud. While it wasn't quite as crowded as the anniversary festival, today's turnout was still considerably large. All the more reason to keep a strict lookout. We can't dismiss the possibility of a terrorist attack wreaking havoc on the conference. My stall had a huge line this morning, but the rush has finally calmed down. Not that I'm complaining, I've already met my daily sales average. Those foreign dignitaries sure are impressive looking, aren't they? Prince Oliver in particular has really caught my attention. Folks have been watching him ever since he helped solve the Liberal incident and returned to Arabonia aboard the Sail. He shocks the world in a far different way from the Blood and Iron Chancellor. We have to keep an eye on that man. The West Zemuria Trade Conference is upon us. How many years has it been since Crossbell last hosted a conference of this scale? I think it's safe to say that these next 3 days will go down in Zemurian history. As a student of history, there's no greater joy than witnessing it in the making. The trade conference has a whole city buzzing, almost like doing the anniversary festival. It's kind of exciting, even if I'm not involved. Abby was so exhausted after the unveiling ceremony that he fell asleep. And just look at the peaceful expression. Adorable, isn't it? I can't believe how many people were there, Mom. It was so cool. Just feast your eyes on Orchis Tower. Such elegance, such magnificence. Never have I been prouder to be a Crossbellan. With this, our state adds yet another famous landmark to its already illustrious arsenal. Marvelous. Absolutely marvelous. After a curtain opened up, all those fireworks shot out like whoosh and ba-boom. It was almost like a festival. This was as close as we could get to the unveiling ceremony, but was still plenty enjoyable. The tower of that scale is impressive no matter where you view it from. Look at it, isn't it massive? This is amazing. Even from here it looms right over you. Yeah, but I can't turn the camera to see it, so not really. The dignitaries participating in the trade conference have finally arrived in Crossbell. I've been told all of them have different agendas planned for this afternoon. How do you suppose they choose to spend their time? I can't help but to be curious. I watched the unveiling ceremony from the window. Truly what a spectacle to behold. Within that tower is our new city hall. The reality of it is finally settling in. Oh no, I've got a question. You all were part of the security for the unveiling ceremony, right? How did it go? Was it a lot of fun? It was actually, especially getting to see Princess Claudia of Liberal and Senior Captain Schwartz up close. You saw Julia Schwartz up close? Oh man, I'm so jealous, Noe. I'm sorry, Fran, I'll do something to make it up to you, I promise. I guess we can jot down Fran as another member of the Senior Captain's fan club. Damn, what the hell? That lady's practically making man obsolete. I can't believe you got to see Princess Claudia and Senior Captain Schwartz. And from up close too, I'm so jealous. Fran and I went to see Orchis Tower on our break. It was very incredibly impressive. I can't imagine a more fitting landmark to polish up Crossbell's skyline. Feels like I can finally take a breather, now that the unveiling ceremony is out of the way. Ooh, nothing like a hot cup of joe on our break, am I right? Detective Bennings? What are you all doing here? Something happened? Not that we've seen so far, no. Good. Don't let that lull you into letting your guard down, however. I'm sure you've already sensed it. The entire city is in a state of commotion over the visiting dignitaries. It would be easy for any irregularities to blend in with the bustle and escape your notice. Don't let that happen. Duly noted, Detective. We'll keep our heads on a swivel and all that jazz. By the way, do you plan to stay here for a while, Detective Dudley? Most likely. If I can help it, I remain on standby at HQ until it's time for the dignitaries to attend their Arc-en-Ciel performance. If something does happen, you can come see me directly at any time. Hut, be on the lookout. Detective Dudley expects the SSS to serve as adequate backup. Reflect on what that means and don't let him down. I'm counting on you. Didn't take long for this place to get crowded. Look, even Rio and Henri came to play. They must have opened the plaza to visitors right after the ceremony. Once the dignitaries had left, that is. I'm sure Uncle Dieter insists that the people get a chance to enjoy it too. That does sound like something Mayor Croix would do. I see they also have officers from the CBD station in the area. Well, the entire city is abuzz right now. You never know when things might get a bit too lively. I'm sure they put them here as a little extra precaution. Yeah, plus the tower itself still seems to be closed, so they are probably around to keep people out. With that in mind, we should hold off on trying to get in there ourselves for now. A lot of foot traffic ever since the unveiling ceremony. Hey Leute, the Plaza is open to the public today, so feel free to pass through. Man, though, getting to watch the unveiling ceremony from this close was unreal. It's incredible to think that giant tower is built by human hands. Welcome to Orchis Tower. You're free to stay in the plaza as little or as long as you like, so please stop by any time. Good morning, the plaza is a wonderful place to be this time of day, don't you think? I'm sure it'll end up being one of Crossbell's most popular spots for many years to come. I've been waiting for so long for the day Orchis Tower would finally be completed, and it wouldn't have happened if Mayor Croix hadn't been so generously willing to fund public projects with IBC capital. He's different than a typical Diet member who's just looking out for his own pockets. Trying to look up at the tippy top of Orchis Tower kinda hurts my neck. I can almost see it though. Can you believe we're allowed to be here so soon after the unveiling ceremony? I must say, it was big of Mayor Croix to give the okay on opening the plaza to visitors right out of the gate. I honestly don't know what to say. I'm just awestruck, I guess. That's the best way to describe it. That's about all I can do. I mean, just look at it. At long last, the public is able to experience Orchis Tower in all of its splendor. The way its peak kisses the sky itself, that beautiful blue and white facade, its color reminiscent of Crossbell's emblem. Why, I couldn't be more proud. Thank ages I took on that contract as exterior designer. Designing the exterior of a building that stretches 40 stories above ground was the greatest challenge of my career. And now that it's finally finished, it brings a tear to my eye. Officer Koenig and I were assigned to Orchis Tower as part of its security personnel. We'll be stationed here not just during the conference, but for the foreseeable future too. So if you ever need help, you know who to call. Orchis Tower has the attention of everyone across the continent. It's an honor to be given the responsibility of keeping it safe. Sure, it already has a cutting-edge orbital security system, but you can never be too secure. We're going to protect this building with all we've got. You have a special support section, yes? I represent the security division. We're in charge of safety matters at Orchis Tower. All of us are officers of the law here, so I trust we have each other's backs if a need arises. Oh, hey there, Shin. Ah, if it isn't my tour guides from yesterday. Good afternoon, my dearest Ellie. Hello, Shin. Are you playing with Ryu, Anri, and Momo today? I'm gracing them with my presence, yes. They wouldn't take no for an answer, so I allowed them to take it long. Man, what are you talking about? We invited you to join us, and that was just because we felt sorry about how lonely you looked when Kia and Shizuko left. Who said I was lonely? Stop making things up! Well, it's not like I'm lying. Back me up, Momo. He looked like he was about to start crying, right? Well, sorta. Ryo, stop picking on Shin. Looks like we became friends pretty quickly, at least. Orchis Tower is much cooler than I imagined it would be. I really want to check out what it's looked like on the inside sometime. Ha! That's why I hate the common folk. No matter, observing them like this aids in my social studies. It's all just part of the preparation for my glorious future. Shin's kind of a snobby jerk, but he's not so bad once you get to know him. He's going home tomorrow, so we're gonna make the most of the day and play as much as we can. Oh yeah, I wonder if Kia's okay. It looks like something was bothering him when we were on the roof of Times together. Yeah, something was bothering Kia about Orchis Tower. So Nielsen's out of the office right now? Just my luck. My apologies, but Mr. Nielsen doesn't actually spend much of his time here at the agency. He said he would be visiting with a friend today. Could I perhaps take a message? No need to put yourself out. I was only looking to have a friendly chat with him. I'm sure there'll be other chances. That being said, would it be okay if I went up and said hello to the editor-in-chief? Let me check in with him on that. Just a moment, please. I just developed the photos Grace and Rains took. Look at them, aren't they fantastic? The question is, which one of these should I use for the special edition? This one, that one, or maybe this one on the right would be perfect. Once I pick them out, the editor-in-chief will check it over and give it a final okay. Ah, these are the old issues from last game. No, I won't talk to you, I think, and you today. Darn that Nikolai. I can't let him get the head start over me. I know I should be resting, but I just can't sit still. Getting my muscles moving helps me clear my mind. Chancellor Osborne is visiting Michelin, but President Rocksmith is at the IBC. They're both under heavy security, so I don't think we'll need to worry about either of them for now. I couldn't deliver my packages thanks to all the dignitaries visiting this morning. My workload was still the same as ever though, so I need to make up for the lost time. My apologies everyone, but the IBC is closed for today. You see, President Rocksmith is actually here for a visit at the moment. If you have any business to tend to, we'll have to ask you to come back tomorrow. President Rocksmith? Oh, that's right, Lanfei mentioned something about that yesterday. Damn, no wonder you guys aren't taking any chances. If that's the case, we stay out of the way for now. We wouldn't want to make their jobs any harder. So Mishy's holding an event, huh? Well, as long as the city gave him permission, that shouldn't be any problem. I bet they're giving that audience a full Michelin Wonderland experience. Mishy's got some pretty sick dance moves. I feel silly for thinking he was just another Mirror Dozen mascot. He's more than that, and it's then some. That blonde man strolled into the show while playing Mishy's dance theme on his lute. Not only that, he even joined in on the dance partway through. What a funny guy, eh? I've finally seen the light. Just call me a full-on Michelinite. I'm gonna buy as much merch as I can and carry home with me. I wanna dance with Mishy too next time. That blonde guy was pretty cool, huh? He doesn't know the candy to Mishy though. The kids look like they're having the time of their lives. It wasn't that barrel of fun. Maybe next time you can come play with me at Michelin Wonderland. You gotta dance with me next time, Grandpa. Well, that may be a little difficult for these old bones. Must be a whip snorting good time dancing around like that. I wouldn't mind joining in myself if I were a little bit younger. Okay, but I've been everywhere I wanted to go. Said I'm missing these two characters here, and I'm Bond because here's a quest, and these two have a pseudo quest, a half quest, whatever you want to call it. A bonus point for a main quest, basically. Okay, anyway, until next time when we actually deal with these things, I'm Mace, and don't get lost.